Hello friends, we have in a video here with me instructing Christopher, who is a fairly active 50-something-year-old. He's quite athletic, he surfs very regularly and also participates in snowboarding, and he's a regular gym workout person. So his main problem has been that after having a few injuries over the years, the one that's concerning him now, I think, is bulging discs, which have healed, leaving him a little bit stiffer than normal. And what we're trying to do with this video is to instruct him in the method that I call functional awareness, where we are able to free up the body from physical restraints that may have occurred over the years, either from injury or inactivity. So what we're showing here is an actual instruction, my way of instructing on how to relieve the stresses within the body.
Yeah, what I was interested to find out is, if we go through again, what do you think has been happening? So you've been doing this practice every day?
Yep.
For how long?
Minimum of 5 rotations each side, up to about 10 each side.
Okay.
I've been keeping it fairly basic just to see what that minimal input does at this point in time.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that it's not done in conjunction with ball stretch, like just squatting right down to do the long posterior chain, and also just my normal gym activity, which is at the moment, after coming back from being away, it's really just been about once a week, about an hour. So not overdoing it there. So that's the regime. But it's 5 stretching at least once, maybe twice a day. Doing the spinal rotation 5 times either side, 10 times.
Okay. Let's just, I wasn't going to test things, but let's just do that by touching your toes.
Yep.
With a slightly different mindset, think of activating what we're calling the spinal rotation before you begin. Whether you actually rotate or not, even like, say, you're doing a quarter turn on both sides, just so you pick up the feeling of what's going on in the spine, like whether you feel this lets go, whether you feel relaxed all the way through.
Yep.
And then don't think about the spine at all, just take your hands and put them out in front. And don't particularly think about touching your toes, just relax your back, just relax everything to the point where it has no tension in any of your vertebrae. Is that a strain?
Well, it was initially, it wasn't, but my lower back muscles are a bit tight, and I just let my mind pass over them.
While that's going on, I want you to think about rotating slightly. Just think about it, don't do it. So we're here. I want you to activate in your mind that feeling when you rotate.
Yeah.
Is that taking the stiffness out of it?
It did a little bit, and I've got an extra centimetre or so of stretch.
Okay. Now try to think of it slightly on the other side, as though you're rotating in this bent over posture. And it might impact on your hip flexors or somewhere else.
I'm feeling in my hamstrings.
Yeah, just let them go. Bend the knees very, very slightly as the pressure. See if you can get any more movement through the spine. It's definitely better than it was.
Yeah, well, I've almost got my palms here. I notice my knees are there.
Yeah, don't worry about where it's going.
But what I always note is any discomfort when I come back up.
Yeah. So you're getting that?
A little bit of time, but not as bad as yesterday.
So
If
you're getting some tightness, I found this is a remedy, right? Because I have a chronically supposed bad back with all sorts of things wrong with it, clinically. But I find if I have a twinge, which is pretty much describes what I get now, not chronic pain, if I have a twinge, I just think about this. I physically rotate slightly as much as I'm doing now, and I'm opening the spine. I can't describe it any other way. Can you sort of dwell on that idea?
when you say you're opening the spine,
I'm talking about thinking about it as though it's just sitting there. You're not doing much with it. It's just, if you want to think about it generally, think coming up here and going down there at the same time.
right? So if I was to turn around, where do you want to point out where I'm thinking?
Well, I don't know which of your vertebrae or the muscle groups attached to them are interfering with what you're doing.
Yeah.
But what we're trying to do is release them, and not in the way that we're talking about clinically releasing them. We want to release them internally so the muscles aren't pulling them. They're not actually interfering with the natural line of the spine. So if it's nothing to do with the individual vertebrae, it's think this up and think this down. So you're thinking about energy, not so much about anything physical.
All right.
You're, if you want to describe it, you're expanding the spine up and you're letting it drop down, letting it drop of its own accord.
Like doing that.
Yeah, doing that.
As opposed to trying to expand each
That's
individual.
right,
Right.
yeah.
So you just like
You've got that
stretching
idea.
the snake from the
Don't
middle.
even think about stretching.
Okay.
Now, at this stage, do the sphincter thing
Yeah.
and point the tailbone, and that in itself should elevate your chest.
Yeah.
You feel that, right?
Yeah.
You've got
It's similar to when I'm activating my core
Yeah.
in say
Oh,
a little
very
something,
similar.
but a lighter version.
It's similar, it's a
A
lighter
precursor
version,
to that.
and it doesn't involve you tightening your muscles.
Yeah.
It just naturally rises.
Yeah. It's like an
Yeah.
vehicle, like
Now,
a
with that,
pressure.
if you've achieved that and it's going on, I want you to let go of the spine, but let it just, if you will, fall, as though you were held up by something in your head and the rest of you are just hanging.
Yeah. So the lower half
At the
is
same time as you're activating this idea of the chest rising.
Yeah. And am I turning my mind to the rotation in my mind?
No, well, you can use that as an aid. That's like a key to open the door. We're trying to open the door here.
Right.
We've inserted the key, and we're giving it a bit of a turn. We're trying to find how it opens the door.